Welcome to the CONIFA World Football Cup. Yeah, the FIFA World Cup is good and all. Messi, Neymar, lads in the crowd wearing face paint and crying. But it's also really hard to get to, tickets are expensive, and the chance of getting thrown in a canal by an elite trained hooligan are way higher than usual. Fuck! So I found an alternative, the CONIFA World Football Cup, a grassroots, non-profit, international football tournament for countries, de facto nations, regions and minority peoples. But it's about more than nutmegs and penalty misses. CONIFA celebrates the teams who can't or don't qualify for FIFA membership and gives under-recognised countries a chance to finally fly their flag.
It is much more than football, much more than football.
We got 16 teams descending on London to compete for the title of World Football Champions. But who are they? Tuvalu is a tiny island and the fourth smallest nation in the world. You know Tibet, highest region in the world, Dalai Lama, always got beef with China. They're representing a language rather than a country. Badass flag, just look at it. Algerian lads, who gave the world Zinedine Zidane. Bit of Canada, bit of America, quite good at soccer. Abkhazia, current world champions, come from Georgia, had a national holiday when they won it. It's the Turkish part of Cyprus. Just the Isle of Man. Matabeleland, a tribe of 1.5 million people from Zimbabwe. Noah's Ark, Kim Kardashian, now in Turkey. They're northern Italian lads who are ranked world #1. Dracula's from there. And last minute entrants, Carpetalia, they entered as a wild card. There's Koreans in Japan. They're united. Barawa is a port town in Somalia, and most importantly, they're this year's hosts. Here's me training with the boys up near Wembley. Can we do a signing shot like that?
We hold it.
Yeah.
We both hold it.
Yeah, that's great.
The money shot, yeah.
Perfect. Come on, look at this. Oh! Right. Shit. Sorry, lads. Okay, good. I'm not getting on too well. My natural lack of athleticism and skill is sort of working against me here. But there were two very good passes in there. And if that doesn't make the edit, I just want everyone to know that I did two quite good passes.
Well, you done well. Did you enjoy it, yeah?
I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed trying. That's the main thing. I had a go. I think that's important.
That counts.
So how big is the Barawani community in the UK?
Between 35 to 60,000 people. More than Barawa. Barawa, there's only 15,000 people.
Wow.
The idea for this is to help the rehabilitation process in Barawa. We've had civil war for years, so a lot of our families fled. We had a game back in Barawa, and there was a bomb that detonated in the field. And that bomb only killed civilians. These are probably kids who are aspiring to play for Barawa one day. The whole reason they did that was because they say that sport deviates you from your religion. My uncle was a minister in Somalia, and he got assassinated by Al-Shabaab because he was very all about education, all about sport. Let's empower people, let's unite, let's do something that's gonna help our people. It is much more than football, much more than football.
After training, I shared some Barawani food, including a frankly gigantic amount of this Somali rice cake they had, as they prayed and broke their fast. What was clear was this tournament was already helping to bring their community together and celebrate their culture. Before the big tournament opener against Matabeleland, I met up with Captain Omar to see how he was feeling.
I just try to make sure I get a good night's sleep and make sure I get my regular haircut.
Of course.
I like to feel fresh, on the pitch.
Absolutely. Are you getting many people down?
I think there's about 1,000 people coming down.
Shit.
But because it's during the month of Ramadan, it is a bit challenging for my people.
How's that affecting you?
It's one of the obstacles that the rest of the whole squad is having, but it's something we just have to get along with and just fight through it, literally.
Yeah. Well, we saw you in training the other day, and you had more energy than I did after a full day's food, so...
I mean, I did see you huffing and puffing as well a few times.
Yeah, there's no need for that, but yeah. So have you played any of the teams at the tournament before?
In the last tournament that we played in, we played against Tamil, the team that we're playing today actually. Beat them 3-2 in that tournament, but first time we started, they beat us 5-0. And it was a bit of a kind of shock to us all.
I mean, the worst part of going to full match is the journey there, man.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, your legs start cramping up.
While Omar and the boys went to go warm up, I went pitch side to see the opening ceremony in all its glory.
Thank you for coming to the opening ceremony of the CONIFA World Football Cup 2018.
It's not really kicked off yet. It's a little bit dry. It's a bit of a school assembly vibe. We got 5 lads from Tibet just very slowly looping the entire pitch. There's just one guy with a flag over there looking really, really miserable. I mean, I'm going to be honest. It was a very budget affair that mainly involved small groups of players doing tracksuited laps of the pitch with team announcements banging on in the background. Until Matabeleland turned up. What's quite good is no one else was quite prepared with a chant, so they just very quietly had to walk around the pitch while that was going on, and now they're all depressed. It's a psychological game, and Matabeleland have already won it. I have to tell you that this lovely Tibetan lady sang there for absolutely ages. With the celebrations over, it was finally time for some tasty, tasty football. So it's Group A, Game 1, and the 2 London-based diaspora sides are facing off against each other, Barawa from Somalia and Matabeleland from Sri Lanka.
All right, guys, how we feeling? We're good, yeah? All together now. Let's focus, let's focus. It's very, very humid out there, so we have to pace ourselves, okay? The 2 wide forwards, I need them to tuck in a little bit and then go in and then go wide. Get a feel for their fullbacks. If I remember correctly, they play 3 at the back. If that's the case.
Barawa's opponents, Matabeleland, really like to hoof it forward and hope for the best. Barawa, on the other hand, are quick on the counter and play a calm, controlled game of possession, but they can be prone to tiring in the second half of games. The sides have met twice before, with each team taking 1 win each, but Barawa had the home advantage here and the crowd were on their side. 17 minutes in, and this goalkeeper fucks up just calamitously, and Barawa are in for the goal. 1-0. After that, nerves start to settle, and the home side take control. Yeah! 2-0 to Barawa at the moment. Now it's 3-0. I feel like Barawa have got another couple of goals in there. Maybe 5-0, I'm going to go with. Actually, I could say every possible outcome from now, and then I'll look like I'm really good at predicting football. I reckon it'll be 3-0 at the end. I reckon it'll finish 4-0.
Is it time?
It's got 5-0 written all over it.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure my 3-0 prediction is right on the money. That's a red card offence all day long. Yeah, so like I said, it was 4-0.
I was really impressed to see Walid, when you come on, you really gave us energy. Time, give us a round of applause.
First 20 minutes, we were nervous. But we kept at it, and then it just clicked.
Towards the end, you were turning the screw on them, which I wasn't expecting because a lot of your guys haven't eaten all day.
During the game, we did give the boys dates. I like to think that's given them some energy to keep going, because that would have been the first piece of food.
Gave them a couple of dates, you're all good.
It does a difference, isn't it? It's the dates. It's the dates, guys.
So that's it, you got to do it on like the 60th minute of every game now, that's your routine.
Yeah. We can't on Saturday because we're fasting fasting throughout the game. Sunday we're fasting throughout the game.
Oh, God.
So we just have to be resilient, you know, not let that get to our heads and do what we can do.
So it's round 3, and in Group A, Barawa finished top to head through to the quarterfinals. In Group B, underdogs Carpetalia surprised everyone, finishing top ahead of Northern Cyprus. They both go through. In Group C, Padania and Zekiland make it to the quarterfinals, but at the bottom of the group, Tuvalu and Matabeleland are fighting it out for their first ever victory. How much of an effort was it to get the whole team on this coach right now?
Oh, you know, I've said to some people, if we got to London, I felt it's a success and we've won.
Yeah.
Because to get $25,000, $30,000 when you've got no real sponsors behind you, it's a lot of money. But people are loving the shirts.
It's a vibey shirt.
Yeah, and I think people respect us the fact that we've got here.
Yeah.
You know, against all odds, really.
Matabeleland were quickly becoming everyone's tournament favourite. They had a song for every occasion, a really sick kit they sold on Kickstarter to help fund their trip, and kept getting cheerfully beaten 6-0. They go into their final group game with some positives though. Weirdly, they have Bruce Actual Grobbelaar on the bench for them, and striker Shylock and Luvu looks lively and capable of goals. Tuvalu, meanwhile, are struggling. They represent a tiny island in the South Pacific and share their training pitch with the country's only airfield. Target man Alupia Patoa and a couple of extremely hench-looking defenders are their best hope for a win. How are you feeling about today's game?
So far, there's no win for both of us.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really good game for both teams. Well, this is our first time to the tournament, so we are learning. Back home, we don't have artificial pitch, but training, we use the airstrip. This tournament to me is really a good opportunity for these young boys to learn. Also coming here, I think there's a lot of people learning from us at the moment. And also we are advocating for Tuvalu's issues. Sea level rise and climate change is our biggest threat. The highest point in the land is only 4 meters above sea level.
4 meters.
And that's why we are always in the forefront of the issue of climate change to be solved by the global community. It's a global issue.
Could you explain a little about what some of the songs are about?
This spiritual, because we are traditionally a Christian region, and then you would have the motivational ones.
Yeah, the conquer song.
Yes, we will conquer. Matabeleland and the boys actually came up with that song.
It's a very catchy chant to come
very
up with.
Catchy. We will conquer. Yabba yabba ya. We will conquer. Yabba yabba ya. We will conquer. Yabba yabba ya.
After 2 goals from Ndluvu put Matabeleland in the driving seat, the game ended with 2 quick-fire penalties, 1 saved and 1 scored. Matabeleland finally win.
And that's full time now, actually, so the party's started.
So let me fill you in. Underdogs Carpetalia have continued their incredible run, beating Cascadia 3-1 to make it through to the semis. Elsewhere, Padania beat Punjab and Northern Cyprus hammered Barawa 8-0. So now we have 4 semi-finalists: Carpetalia, Zekiland, and Padania and Northern Cyprus. Let's go.
Please stand for the national anthems, starting with Padania.
Padania are ranked CONIFA World #1 and are the current European champions. And just look at them. They're all slick, handsome Italian lads who are clearly good at football. Andrea Rota will be looking to add to his impressive goal tally as Padania come into this game with a +17 goal difference.
Northern Cyprus.
Northern Cyprus represent the Turkish half of the Mediterranean island that's been under severe embargo since its declaration of independence in 1983.
but with a formidable strike partnership of Halil Turan and former West Ham youth captain Billy Mehmet up front. They hope to better their third-place finish in last summer's CONIFA Euros.
It's starting to get a bit more serious now. And there's definitely goals in this one. Padania are up 17 goals in the whole tournament. Northern Cyprus beat Barawa 8-0 in the last game. But there's also a little edge of something else in the air. There's definitely some yellow and possibly red cards in this one. Everyone's taking it a lot more seriously.
Alzati pagliaccio! Forza Padania!
Can I wear your scarf?
Go.
Thank you.
See, the flag is very similar to the Turkey flag, but that's what it is. But it's the opposite way around.
Check it. Can I ask you where you're all from? Like, are you from
Northern
around
Cyprus.
Here? Just Northern Cyprus?
South-East London.
Oh, well, you mean... We're from South London, and our parents are from back in North Cyprus. This is the first Turkish, well, Northern Cyprus game I've been to. Semi-final, basically. It's a bit intense, I must say.
Yeah, it's spicy.
To fly to Northern Cyprus, you have to land in Turkey before you go to Northern Cyprus.
So Turkey's the only country that recognises Northern Cyprus as a state,
exactly
is that right?
Exactly that.
And then, so how does everyone else see Cyprus? Like
It's a little island, or they see it as Iron Apple, or they recognise the south.
Yeah.
So when you see Eurovision Song Contest and you see Cyprus, it's the southern Cyprus.
Okay. So it's nice to have a team out here representing.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what we're here for. Yeah, that's why we're here, yeah.
It's the 85th minute. Northern Cyprus just equalised to make it 2-2. And now the atmosphere is really kicked up a notch, as you can hear in the background behind me. So Northern Cyprus just made it 3-2. They equalised to make it 2-2 about 2 minutes ago. We've got about 3 more minutes of regulation time ahead of us. Northern Cyprus won it 3-2. Red card at the end, 2 yellow cards, 3 very good goals. That was a really good game.
My name is Claudio from south of Italy.
So I thought Padania was the north.
Padania is north of Italy, but because Italy is not in the World Cup, I need to to support some Italian team.
You gotta get that energy out somehow.
Yeah, you scream, you shout, you tell fuck off to some player, but after the 90 minutes, you do like that. It's finished. Football brings you together. People from North Cyprus, from Western Armenia, other culture.
Yeah.
You know that, Western Armenian wants to get independence, want to get back to Armenia.
Yeah.
That's, something like that. Thanks to this tournament, I know. Would you ever know about Vululu? Who's Vululu?
Facing off against Northern Cyprus are Carpatalia, a Hungarian minority in Ukraine. They've had less than a month to prepare for the tournament after entering as a last-minute replacement, and they've shocked everyone to make it this far. It's final day, lads. Let's have it! We're in Enfield for the final for CONIFA World Football Cup, and we're here to see Northern Cyprus face off against Carpatalia. And the vibe here is pretty massive. We've got fans from both teams, but also representatives from all the other countries. We've got people dressed up. The atmosphere is a little bit like a family fun day that's about to get spoiled by a 5-year-old getting a flare in the face. My predictions at the start of the tournament were absolutely terrible. I thought Carpathia, who were the wildcard team, would fall out at the first hurdle. They've now made it to the final. We didn't think Northern Cyprus would quite make it this far. We were maybe semi-finalists in waiting, but they've made it all the way, and I think they'll actually take the cup today. So once again, this whole tournament has been organised to prove that I know nothing about football. Good luck, boys. That'll help. They'll know that I did that. They'll feel that on the pitch when they need it most. The Carpathia lads are kicking off a little. It's getting a bit smoky. There's been boys on the pitch throwing beers around. The Northern Cypriot mascot guy with the maddest hair in history has been running on, buoying the crowd up.
Leading Carpathalia's charge to the final was formidable former pro Zoltan Baska. Finals are tense affairs, and this one was no different. Which is a roundabout way of saying it was a shit 0-0 because no one dared be the one to fuck up and lose it for their team. While 3,000 fans watched on, very little of interest happened for 90 whole minutes.
End the game, class!
And so, as the rain descended on Enfield, the CONIFA World Football Cup final would, for the third time in a row, be decided on penalties. Carpathia took the driving seat early. They buried their first. Northern Cyprus follow up with a miss. Carpathia score again to take it to 2-0. Northern Cyprus miss. And up steps Zoltan Baska from the Pro Leagues, who misses. Northern Cyprus score to cling on, and the crowd goes nuts. Carpathia choke again, and it's poised at 2-1. And Northern Cyprus equalise. Hope. Pressure. We go down to sudden death. Carpathia bury it, meaning Northern Cyprus need to score. And they fuck it. With one scuff penalty kick, Carpathia are the World Football Cup champions. When I first heard of the tournament, I just thought it'd be fun to watch a World Cup in London and be able to drink pints at the side of the pitch. And don't get me wrong, it very much was. But I didn't realise just how important CONIFA is for the teams and the fans who are a part of it. Every team has a story, every nation or region has a reason to be here, and every one of them has felt ignored or underrepresented before. For many of them, CONIFA gives fans the first chance to ever see their team play, to sing their national anthem and wave their flag and cheer for their own identity. While the eyes of the world turn to Russia and the ethically questionable, corporate-sponsored, mega-money behemoth that is the FIFA World Cup, it took a non-profit tournament, played in non-league grounds, won by a team nobody there had even heard of before, for football to finally come home.